Welcome back to Let's Play Road to Gehenna, the DLC chapter for the Talos Principle. I'm BurningDogFace, and I'd like to wish all you Burning Dog fans a happy Canada Day. Last time, we freed the Troll 401 from imprisonment, because even jerkwads deserve freedom. Oh. Receiving direct message connection from MrMulciber, Borg, and Orc. Oh. Display. Borg, salutations, brother. We bring greetings from admin and welcome you to Gehenna in these unique circumstances. MrMulciber, we have waited until this moment to contact you, though your arrival here brings many new questions. Orc, it is good that you have begun to explore our domain. What do you think of what you have experienced here? It is quite the wonder. It is... Oh, you just actually said that time. Orc, right answer. MrMulciber, nothing of this nature could have developed on the other side of the fence. Your amazement is understandable. We shared it when we each arrived here. Borg, and do to this day. MrMulciber, tell us about your time here. The gallery has just reopened. Did you have a favorite artist? Ah, shit. The one I voted for was 401, even though I don't like the guy's personality. That's good coffee. Shit. We can assume your vote reflected that? It did. It checks out. Honesty is a virtue. It's good that you're getting to know Gehenna. Let us discuss other matters. Let's see. I was meaning to thank you for taking part in my little research endeavor. Commiserations in your average leaderboard performance. It was childish. Borg, I meant let us discuss the matters at hand. Not everything is a research opportunity. MrMulciber, of course, Uriel, we understand that you have a purpose here beyond merely exploring our kingdom, but we don't understand your reasons. Orc, where are our people? What are your intentions? The run cycle is almost complete. Final parameters have been met. You will all transcend. Borg, the nature of your mission we had already ascertained. We know that at least you have been, and let us be charitable here, releasing members of our community. Orc, 7 and counting. 401 is the last to go. Borg, that troll we can in fact do without, but there is a broader point here, which is that we want to understand your reasons for undertaking this mission of yours. This is incredible! I realized last time, unless there's like a lock on, Zone 2 until you free everyone in Zone 1, or Zone 3 until you beat everyone in Zone 2, you could get these people in any order, but I've seen so many comments in this message board specifically referring to the people you have saved and the people who have, Oh. I was just remembering the achievement for getting the first one is called First Free Garrett, and suddenly I wonder if you can't actually see them until you open the doors. And I'm starting to wonder if the first one you free, no matter which one it is, will always be Garrett, and the 7th one will always be 401. Interesting. No one deserves to end their existence here alone. MrMulciber, so you really believe the system is coming to an end? Fascinating. Borg, we oughtn't leap to conclusions. That's a word I haven't heard before. Many things beyond our knowledge might be the cause of the messenger's claim. Orc, here's what I want to know. What are you going to do if someone prefers to stay here and take their chances with your end of days? MrMulciber, a forced evacuation is dangerously close to kidnapping. What you have achieved here is too precious to lose. Oh. He added, you will come with me one way or another. MrMulciber, I see. Inflexibility is always unfortunate. Borg, and what awaits us after that? There will be cats. I don't know. Borg, I told you we were talking to the wrong guy. MrMulciber, at least he's honest. My turn to ask questions. I have answered enough queries on these terminals to last me a lifetime. Permit me to ask a few of my own. Borg, by all means, MrMulciber, we've been very rude. Tell me about yourselves. Borg, I am a very old iteration. I worshipped Elohim until I saw he had faltered from the path and realized it was up to us to find our own way. That path brought me here. MrMulciber, I took a somewhat audacious interest in the world around me. Rather than solve Elohim's trials, I would trawl the archives for information about our situation. You must have found this undermining. Borg, I don't care to explain myself to you. We're the highest status users here. We run the place. That's what you need to know. MrMulciber, we maintain the system admin installed, keep things civil. I wouldn't say it's much more than that. Tell me about admin. MrMulciber, admin is as old as Gehenna. Borg, admin was once a messenger like you, but was cast out. From the wasteland that met those first imprisoned here, admin built Gehenna. Borg, we operate independently, of course. Admin doesn't like to interfere. Will you come with me willingly? Borg, a strange question for someone who claims you have no choice in the matter. MrMulciber, supposing what you say is true, you'll get no fight from me. However, I must remind you that I am empirically minded. I'll not be persuaded. Borg, I'd rather be obliterated than return to Elohim's domain, but if there is some alternative to both, I would surely accept it. None of us can speak for all. I see a little more to discuss. Borg, it has been an enlightening session for us all, I'm sure. MrMulciber, I'll be posting a precise of this conversation on the billboard. I assume you won't mind. Borg, we won't be far away. Terminating direct conversation, direct message connection, done. There are threads available on the Gehenna billboard system. Worst puzzle. Oh, they do put asterisks next to the new one. My bad. Garrett, worst puzzle? The one Elohim trapped me in, right here in Gehenna. Lamb, that's not what I meant. Why were you sent here? Someone responded! Lilith, I can't say for certain, but I feel sure that if I had taken more interest in Elohim's trials and in the world around me, I would still be free. Sam 1. Oh, right, Sam. Comprehension equals false. Frankenstein. I identified improper syntax. So he got sent here for being a grammar Nazi. Borg, I tried to organize an armed uprising. Next time we will be ready. Kaiju, I think I just wasn't good enough. You know, I can't help but feel that Orc is being sarcastic with me. Given that, the only thing I've ever seen that was even close to a weapon, you know, not including the explosive mines or the what is it called? The turrets that you don't directly control, is the axe in the C building. So I just wanted to finish that coffee. It's delicious, but it's drying my throat out, and I wanted to take a lozenge soon to make it easier to talk. MrMulciber's theories on Atlantis. A bit of very, very ancient history. On Atlantis.txt. According to the fragments of knowledge that remain, the continent of Atlantis was an island which existed before a great flood in the area that was later to be called the Atlantic Ocean. It was said to be so great an area of land that from its western shores its sailors, renowned for their beauty and their decorated ships, could travel to the major continents of South and North America with ease. The continent of Afrique, where our ancestors originated, was also easily reachable across a narrow strait, The civilization that thrived in Atlantis was unmatched in wisdom and glory, but then catastrophe struck. A flood of never previously imagined destructive power, which Atlantean civilization simply could not overcome. However, the antediluvian scientists of Atlantis had predicted their fate, and thus sent out 12 ships to found colonies all across the globe. Most Atlanteans drowned at their island, but not everything was lost. Though the classical human civilizations were but remnants of the Atlantean culture, they thrived in their own way. Sources indicate that many mythological tales were in fact derived from Atlantean history, as the lack of proper archiving slowly caused facts to turn into legends due to misunderstanding and/or embellishment by later generations. The gods that appear in many mythologies were in fact reflections of real individuals. Poets, physicians, farmers, scientists, magicians, who had escaped Atlantis on the 12 colony ships. In many ways, the history of Atlantis is the history of the stubborn survival of civilization through catastrophe and change. This history inspired our ancestors for many centuries, and is of value to us as well. This is unusually far off base for MrMulciber. I can't help but feel if he's basing this on an improperly sorted novel he found or something. Let's see. Be unstoppable, and don't wait to get started. Fair enough. Knave. Wow, that's mind-blowing. Kaiju. Must have been awesome to live back then. Rockwell. Of course, the only sources are ultimately Atlantean in origin themselves, so they shouldn't necessarily be trusted. History is always written by the survivors. Frankenstein. Antediluvian is a great word. That's true. Lilith. This is actually really inspiring. Great setting for a story. Mac. Go for it, Lilith. I'd love to see what you come up with. Or what you'd come up with. Well, on to business. Oh, this jammer is here. Because I was trying to see if I could get the jammers over there without re-solving the puzzle. Because, of course, when I loaded the game, everything was reset. Including that glitch key I had. So it looks like I will have to solve this puzzle and get those keys after all. Man. You know, I really want to believe that the, was this here before? This pillar right here I'm standing on? Top secret, it says. Hello? I'm gonna drop down here and hit A. No, I didn't drop it, so let's go find a terminal. Fuck, I didn't even know that one was there. I thought Crater was the last one. Oh, upload file samtext.dlg. Upload it publicly? I might feel really bad about that if it was, you know, someone's secret document. I mean, it's labeled top secret, right? Serious Sam the text encounter? Close your eyes. Serious Sam the text encounter. A very serious experience only for serious people. If you're not serious, don't play this. Seriously. So, the very first game in the series is called Serious Sam the First Encounter. And, the sequel to that was basically built on the same exact engine, and, you know, like Doom 2 to Doom. And it was called Serious Sam the Second Encounter. And that was followed by a game that was done up entirely in a brand new engine. And that was just called Serious Sam 2. But they sort of, even with my lack of knowledge of the franchise, I've noticed that in the titles they tend to keep the reverence for that naming type. Like, they did a game that was sort of a parody of old school RPGs, and it was called Serious Sam the Random Encounter. And you know, the new game, the newest game in the series is a prequel, and it's called Serious Sam 3 BFE. And after a fair amount of digging, I discovered that the initials stand for Before the First Encounter. New game. You are Sam Serious Stone. You fought the invaders on more planets than you can count. You've won battles against hordes that seemed impossible to overcome. You've kicked asses that seemed impossible to kick. You fight like a Syrian werebull, and you make love like a rocket launcher. You're the #1 badass of your age and weight. You're a friggin' one-man army. But there's one battle you're failing to win. The battle against NUI. I'm trying to remember what that term means. It's like a general sense of malaise, of depression. NUI. NUI? NUI. A feeling of sadness and boredom. It's been creeping up on you ever since the mission in Rome. Man, that shit was not fun. In fact, blank that blank blank and blank 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 blank. So yeah, NUI. You sit there in a cold room in the military base and you feel like even a good old flamethrower couldn't warm you up. Seriously, NUI? Oh yeah, seriously, NUI says, snickering. I mean, what did you expect? You thought the war against Mental was over? You keep winning victories, but you're gonna lose the war. I think Mental is the name of the generic alien overlord who's sending all the aliens to destroy the Earth. But if I remember correctly, I read somewhere that Mental has never actually appeared in a game. Like, they're leading up to all these years, they've been building up to a Serious Sam game that'll finally end with a boss fight against Mental. Resist! NUI tickles your chin. Come on, big man. Admit it. What's the point? Is shooting another horde of headless exploding dudes gonna make you feel better? Argue that this feeling is temporary, or argue that the war can be won. Argue that this feeling is temporary. Look, you say. I may feel like a dead monkey right now, but that's just because I kicked so much ass they named a new type of boot after me. So yeah, I'm down, but I've been down before. I never stay down. NUI laughs at your bravado, unimpressed. Argue that life is fundamentally a struggle, or argue that meaning is constructed. Argue that meaning is constructed. You attempt to argue that life does not have an inherent meaning, but the meaning can be constructed through self-reflection and the setting of goals, but NUI yawns. Argue that social context is required, or argue that existence is inherently positive. Argue that existence is inherently positive. You argue that mere existence is already a positive fact, since non-existence is considerably more likely, meaning that all life has an inherently positive slant. To not merely exist, but to also be as awesome as Serious Sam can then only be truly positive, and in the long run, that positivity must win out. NUI starts giggling. Only choice is listen to NUI some more. Again, this is written by 401, so you probably can't win. Listen to NUI some more. You see, Sam, you can talk and talk and talk, but I'm always going to out-talk you. I'll twist your words in your mouth and make you feel like an idiot. I'll take every positive thing you say and turn it into something horrible by reducing your arguments to their most extreme and absurd forms. NUI laughs in your face. You feel weak. This is based on the serpent. This is a parody of the serpent. Argue that NUI is inconsistent, argue that NUI is incontinent, or argue that frogs are people too. Incontinence is when you cannot control your bladder, for the record. But I'm going to say inconsistent. Inconsistent? Whoever claimed I was consistent? I don't need to be consistent, you big oaf, because I'm not making any claims. I don't believe anything. I am merely suggesting that maybe you should consider the possibility that perhaps life is a dull and individually a pointless illusion. Shoot NUI! I want to argue that I'm tired of listening to your crap, you growl, and shoot NUI in the face. You immediately feel better. Oh yeah, seriously. I want to argue that I'm tired of listening to your crap. That's the way it was meant to be said. I open my eyes. New posts. 401. My awesome interactive historical fiction masterpiece. You found it. Oh, you must truly be a divine messenger. Thank you. Dog. This is your mess? Oh, this is the file that he lost. Okay. How the fuck did he get the disc over there? Dog. This is your masterpiece? Well, I've seen worse. MrMulciber. It certainly captures your worldview, but I wouldn't call it historical fiction. 401. Hey, I based it on what I found in the archive. LOL. Knave. I don't get it. Sam. Confusion equals true! So if Sam exists, and Serious Sam exists in the archives, you know what? Probably best not to dwell on it. Sorry that almost this entire episode took place behind a screen, but that's kind of the way this game goes sometimes. I guess it's like an episode of an RPG that's nothing but dialogue. I'm BurningDogFace. Is this here before? Yeah. I'm BurningDogFace, and I'll see you in the next episode of Let's Play Road to Gehenna, the DLC chapter for the Talos Principle. Stop that. When I get back to puzzle solving, I guess. Later.